Yo, your girl's back. I know it's been a minute. You like I ain't seen your face in a month of Sundays. Well, now you seeing the face, all right? And I'm excited to slide on back up in her. So my first video was about starting, right? And per the quote that this was introed with, this one is about being consistent, right? It takes a certain level of momentum to be able to start. It takes a whole different type of energy to be consistent, right? Being consistent requires you to evaluate yourself on a whole nother level, right? And it's not just like in the beginning, it's like continuous evaluation, right? And I had to go through this process of evaluating, like, why am I avoiding this again? Like, we're back here again. And I came to the conclusion that consistency, or the lack thereof for me, literally lies in the fact that I do not like not knowing where I'm going. It is not my portion. I enjoy like I like free flowing from time to time, but like something like this, I'm like, okay, so what's the end game, right? So I'm gonna take you through a few things that I have to do to get back on the bandwagon. All right. If you're looking at me wondering why I'm looking away from you. I'm looking at my laptop and my notes. Thank you. All right, cool. So I had to first ask myself, why was I being inconsistent? Right? You can start that and figure out why you're being inconsistent by evaluating your excuses. Every time that you say that you can't do it, what's your excuse for not doing it? Start there. Boom. After doing that, use that as a blueprint. Okay? I found my blueprint. Now I'm going to evaluate myself, and then I'm going to start making solutions to it, right? So what does that look like? Let's just play. All right. So let's say that time is your issue. I just don't have the time to do it. I don't have the time. Okay. Evaluate yourself. Maybe you don't have an hour to devote to it every single day, but do you have 10 minutes? And evaluating yourself looks like understanding, hey, you know what? Maybe I need to manage my expectations. Maybe I need to shift how I'm feeling and like how I'm internalizing 10 minutes versus the hour. Maybe it's because you feel like an hour means that you accomplished something versus 10 minutes looking like, oh, I didn't really do anything. What's 10 minutes going to do? So evaluate yourself. Look at that thing. Break that thing down, right? Manage your expectations and then shift them. And managing your expectations is how we can create solutions, right? You know what? Maybe I can't do the hour and I have to kind of settle for 10 minutes, but at least I'm doing the work, right? The hard work that is required. So, make solutions, which brings me to a scripture. I love scripture. All right. So, Proverbs 14 and 23. Sorry, I am outside, so if you're hearing all the background noise, I apologize. Proverbs 14 and 23 reads, all hard work brings about a profit, but mere talk only leads to poverty. And going back to the destinations for me, I'm just sharing this just in case. All hard work leads to a profit, but mere talk only leads to poverty. When we're just talking about the things that we want to do, we're just taking up space. It's not until you actually start executing it that you get to see or yield any type of a profit from it, right? Profit not necessarily always meaning monetary, but whatever gain it is that you're seeking. For me, I know personally, like I said, I don't like not seeing the end game. If I don't see a point, then I'm like, what we doing here? Like, and I had to come back to myself and be like, it's essential to not look at the destination, but sometimes just to look at the journey and to be excited about the journey in itself, right? And our hard work brings about a profit. That means that we don't actually necessarily know exactly where it is that we're going, but our hard work is going to yield us new positions and new places, right? And it actually got me thinking about two stories that I had heard, and which solidified focusing on the journey, because we really don't know the end game. So, how many of y'all know that Michael Jackson, let's try this again. How many of y'all know that Michael Jordan, there we go, didn't start off playing basketball? He started off playing baseball. And as a matter of fact, I don't know if it was like in the height of his career or like when this took place, but not only did he go to basketball, but he ended his career playing baseball. Was that in the plan? Nah, it was just the journey. And it yielded a profit. He did so much with his life because of that, right? The time spent, right? Like Nike did not start off as Nike. Nike originally was, well, I think it was like Blue Ribbon Sports or something like that. And it was years of tumultuous work. I'm talking about hard work. I'm talking about getting it out the mud, like with no one really knowing who they were. And I'm pretty sure it was like decades too, until they finally found a blueprint that worked. And then they ended up becoming Nike, switching over their name, becoming Nike. And now this is a billion-dollar brand. So, the journey. Consistency leads you on the journey to get to the destination. So where are you trying to get to? What are you trying to do? Figure it out and be content with the journey, because that's what's going to get you there. That's what's going to yield the results. That's what's going to yield you the profit, right? Because that's what we want. We want to find fulfillment in what we're doing, and knowing that our expression is helping ourselves and, I would hope, other people, right? So that's all I really got for y'all today. All right, I've talked long enough, but consistency. Evaluate yourself. Look at your excuses. If talk to yourself. Break down your excuses. Make your solutions and execute. And then when you fall off the bandwagon, get back up, because it's okay to fall off. Grace is a thing. Okay, I'm really done talking now. But thanks for coming in today. And yeah, prepare to come back to see me squirm every week as I post more videos. And I venture off into consistency wherever it is that consistency takes me. You all have a lovely day. Deuces.